Joining us in studio this morning, racing legend Mark Martin is with us, and as always, it's good to see you, sir.
Well, thank you, Chad. It's good to see you too.
We've got a special event we're going to talk about. Tell me a little bit about Race for Hope 74 and what that's all about.
Yeah, this is our second annual, and we're really excited about it. Really growing a lot here our second year. We've had a lot of time to work on this, and you know, we've got over 100 pre-entries already, expecting you know, 150 to maybe even 200 entries from all over the country. We've got entries from something like 25 states and Canada. So we're going to have racers from all over the nation coming in for this, as well as fans. And so, you know, they're going to start coming into town, hitting town today, actually. The racing kicks off Wednesday night. We have amazing racing Wednesday and Thursday and Friday night for these guys to race their way into the big show on Saturday night. So actually, it's as much fun Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as it is Saturday, just seeing the guys battle to try to fight their way in when, you know, you're trying to eliminate down from, you know, 150, 175 cars down to about 30. So it's pretty cool. We start 3 wide on Saturday night, and you know, these IMCA modifieds just put on an incredible show. They can really race around this speedway well. So it was a great show last year, and we're really excited about getting kicked off this year.
You mentioned this is the second year. How did this come about? How did we get started with this?
Well, there's a lot of components to it. You know, one is we have the Hope for Arkansas Foundation that Arlene and I set up, and you know, we put a special emphasis on Independence County, trying to do good work for underprivileged people in our area, and we wanted to couple something with Batesville Motor Speedway, where I got my very first start in racing in 1974. So there's the 74 number, Hope for Arkansas, you know, and Race for Hope. So that's kind of the namesake of it. And we wanted to do something that was really, really good for the grassroots racers, and spend time, you know, with those guys all over the nation. And IMCA modifieds, there are so many of those cars all over the country. So you know, that was the perfect division to run this big special on. And we wanted to do a big purse that paid a lot of money, but we wanted it to pay out well all through the field. So it pays $20,000 to win, but if you run 7th, you make 10 grand. If you run 10th, you make 5 grand. You've got to race NASCAR if you want to collect that kind of money. $2,000 to start the big event, but there's racing all week, and payouts all week. So I wanted to also use my contacts to get these grassroots racers some recognition that they maybe don't normally get kind of on a national stage. So it's good for the racers, it's good for the community, and it does all the funds that we raise this year, which a portion of every ticket sold goes to the foundation. 100% of that will be going to the Children's Advocacy Center of Independence County, which will be opening next month here in Batesville, which we're really proud of, to help abused children.
Absolutely.
So we're really excited about getting that opened up. You know, we have a center there's a center in Jonesboro, and there's one in Searcy, but we needed one here, so that kids can get treatment, therapy, and that kind of thing.
Now, your foundation that you have, you started that while you were still racing on the track, and then it's kind of taken on a much bigger meaning for you since you've come into retirement.
Well, you know, we came back to Batesville after I retired. Arlene and I moved back here, and so we've had time to, you know, put some emphasis on it. And it takes a while to build, you know, to get it going. and build momentum, and we're still doing that. Same thing with the Race for Hope. This is the second annual. It's going to be much bigger and better than before. It's actually going to have an hour television show as well. Not to mention that you can watch it live pay-per-view on imca.tv. So we're reaching the whole country, and we're getting these guys recognition, and we're building a fan base. We have fans from all over the nation coming into Batesville and into the great our great state of Arkansas to see the beauties here, and so it's a win-win for everybody. It's especially great, I feel, for our community.
You were talking about Batesville Motor Speedway, and you got your start there, and I know that's been a big draw for race fans here locally for several years now, and this is really going to kind of bring it up to the next level with the Race for Hope, isn't it?
Well, we think that it'll be certainly the biggest race of the year for Batesville Motor Speedway, even though they do have the topless 100 and the Bad Boy 98. We feel like we can build this into the Daytona 500 for IMCA Modifieds. That's my vision. I want racers to be able to come here and get some recognition that they don't normally get, not just for the winner, but stories about them and their struggles and the way they race and their supporters. And I spend time, all the time I can, with them, having lunch with them every day of the week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So we really do get to spend some quality time with the racers. I'm out in the pits, but more importantly, I'm in the grandstands every night, meeting and greeting our fans that are supporting this thing. And we really, really need to get local support. Last year, over 50% of the fans that came into the stands, because I stood out there and met to greet them, and I'd ask them where they were from. They were from outside the state, and we need support, locally, because this is good for our community.
Are there things people can do here locally other than just coming to the races the next few days?
Well, they can certainly donate to our foundation, Mark and Arlene Foundation .org, or Children's Advocacy Center of Independence County, which it's just that they're up on Facebook, so it's a CAC of Independence County. And they can do anything like that, or they can get involved. They can for just a little bit, they can be a heat race sponsor. We do 15 heat races a night, so that's 45 heat races. There are still some heat races that aren't sold out, sold. So we still have, the Speedway still has inventory. Doesn't cost much. They can support that way. Or they can buy tickets. We've got tickets out at Mark Martin Ford, or they can go to markmartin.com and purchase an autographed ticket. I have autographed tickets for sale there for the race. They don't have to go to the race. Or they can come out any night of the week. They don't have to come out Saturday night. I feel that the racing is great. I personally enjoy Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday night as much or more than I do the big show. So on Saturday night. So there's a lot of different ways that you can get involved. This is good for our community. We bring a lot of out-of-state people into to the Batesville area, and they do a lot. They spend a lot of money here in our town.
That's excellent. Mark, if they want to sponsor the heat races for the business owners, how can they do that?
Get a hold of Mooney Star. Mooney is the one that handles that. So getting a hold of Mooney at Batesville Motor Speedway would be the way to do that. And I think we do have a lot of people that have come on board, but I think there's still some heat races that are open. So that would be a great thing for any business here in town, or individual as well.
Excellent. Mark Martin joining us this morning. The Race for Hope 74 that is going on this week and culminates Saturday night at the Batesville Motor Speedway. Always a pleasure to have you in studio.
Thank you. It's good to be with you, and look forward to seeing you out Saturday, or one night this week for sure.
I'll be there.